boy, is this country going hard right in so many places where it's just reversing itself in so many ways.
It's diverging, though. The parts you're talking about, a lot of parts are going farther and farther to the right, and then other parts
No, you're right. That's a good point.
Move are moving farther and farther left.
Yeah.
We're going to be so far apart at some point, we're not going to recognize.
No, we'll be two different societies completely. We won't even be looking at each other. There'll be no aisle, for example. There won't be another side of the aisle. There'll be on the other side of the chasm, of the canyon is what it's going to be.
This maybe is a little bit of good news. The FDA advisory panel of experts yesterday said, hey, Moderna vaccine looks good and effective for children 6 months to 6 years old. And you got Pfizer for kids 6 to 5. So now you got a couple of options, although they're saying they're both mRNA vaccines, but still.
It's getting to the point now where if you want to look where you or your child fit in terms of the age, it becomes a bingo card. You know, you put it here, you just put the two together, and okay, there I am. Other than that, I don't know. Pfizer's okay. What was it? One is okay from age 6 to 5 years of age. I think that's the Pfizer, and then the Moderna is okay from age 6 months to 6 years of age. But the good news is we have more people are now eligible, and fewer people are actually going to be vaccinated, especially children. So
it's the only part of the economy where there's no supply chain issues. Vaccines.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and guys, speaking of kids, though, the baby formula shortage, I have bad news. So the plant at the center of the nation's formula shortage has shut down again. Why? Because of what we were talking about yesterday. The weather, flooding caused by heavy rains in southern Michigan has forced the Abbott plant in Sturgis to pause its production. And they just got the green light to start again. And remember, they said it was going to take a couple of weeks to get everything back on track. We're in the middle of that couple of weeks, and they had to push pause.
No good news out there.
No.
It's all, it's not fun, but we're gonna. You know what? We are going to have some fun today.
You know what?
We're going to be talking about people dying. We're going to be talking about people just having all kinds of diseases. Yes, go ahead.
You're going to get an update from Jen, I assume, right now, and then when we continue, the next story and handle on the news will be received as great news by many people.
That is absolutely true. In the meantime,
I'm not setting up a joke like, ha-ha,
no, good tease. Very good tease.
A lot of people are going to be very happy with what's coming up.
Jen, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
2 U.S. military veterans are missing in Ukraine. It's feared that they have been captured by Russian forces as the war drags on, but so far nothing has been confirmed. Now, the press secretary in the Kremlin told Russian state news today the U.S. and Russia must discuss an extension of a nuclear arms reduction treaty. And the son of a legendary MLB pitcher made his big league debut yesterday. Even though he's not a pitcher, Cody Clemens, whose dad is, yes, you guessed it, Roger Clemens, took the mound for the Detroit Tigers. It was a blowout loss to the Chicago White Sox. We'll get a look at your drive on the 5 in just a moment.
If you are a homeowner and you're looking at a 15-year mortgage, there you are with your 15-year mortgage, and you're making it really difficult to make that big monthly payment. You want to call the folks at HMS Capital and see what they can do for you. What's going on right now is that 15-year-old loans aren't making more sense anymore, where you may want to look at a 30-year loan. Your payments still lower than you would pay. It may make more sense. Go give the folks at HMS Capital a quick call. Even with today's rates, it may actually work. So, see if HMS Capital can make your life a whole lot easier. Call 833-255-5698, 833-255-5698. Visit the folks at HMS Capital, hmscapital.com. That's hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funding is a DBA of Golden Empire Inc. MNLS ID number 2427. HMS Capital is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4130360. Equal housing lender.
From the driveway.com Weather Center, we've got a cloudy start to the day. Sunshine later. Highs will range from the low 70s at the beaches to right around 100 inland. This report is brought to you by MGM Resorts. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places like the 5.
It's a rough ride for you right now as you're making your way through the Commerce area out of Downey. You're seeing a rough go from before Rosemead Boulevard as you're making your way toward about Atlantic. Now, nothing clear or not clear rather on the details, but allegedly something going down for your drive on the northbound side of the 5. Right around Atlantic before the 710. Got an update on that problem or anything else, pound 250 on your cell phone. Keyword is KFI traffic. Also seeing a busy drive for your 710 northbound coming away from Washington as you approach the 5. KFI in the sky helps get to there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Having the time of your life is more rewarding than ever when you stay at any of the 20-plus MGM resorts nationwide. Now with MGM Rewards, you can dine, stay, play, and earn on all of it. Visit MGMRewards.com for more details. Subject to earning and redemption limitations applicable to certain purchases and in certain states.
This report is sponsored by Grocery Outlet. Father's Day is right around the corner, and your local grocery outlet has amazing deals for the grill. Get some burgers going with Thomas Farms 93% lean grass-fed ground beef. 1-pound packages are just $4.99.
Wondering if you're paying too much for auto insurance? It's easy to find out at AAA.com/insurance. You could save an average of $483. So stop wondering. Start saving. Visit AAA.com/insurance for your free AAA full picture quote.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health. Not every attorney has the tools, expertise, and stamina to turn over every stone, go that extra mile, and win like their own personal life depends on it. I'm Susan Owen, managing partner at personal injury law firm Owen, Patterson & Owen. This is who I am and what we stand for. Recovering over $10 billion for accident victims. If you've been injured, there's one firm to call. That's OPO Law. 888-OPO-WINS, and we do. 888-OPO-WINS or OPOLaw.com.
Termite problems? Search PacificCoastTermite.com or call 800-PACIFIC.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With your donation, you'll receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher, so donate today.
There's no law that says you're going to have criminals equally distributed among all demographics.
We don't have many women in prison, and nobody makes that argument that men are disproportionately sent to prison.
We need to release more men because they're being punished disproportionately.
John and Ken. Well, that's basically what we're doing. We're releasing, in most cases, men.
Weekdays at 2 on KFI.
KFI AM 640. Bill Handel here on a Thursday morning, June 16th. Let's continue on. More Handel on the news with Jennifer Jones-Lee, Wayne, and me.
And here's the story that Wayne was teasing that a lot of people are going to be happy about. The Recall LADA George Gascon campaign says it now has more than 566,857 signatures, which makes it officially enough to make the November ballot. However, they need, I think, 100,000 votes or 100,000 signatures to make sure that they cross that threshold because they know that a bunch will get tossed out.
Yeah, usually you have to do, about 20% more?
Yeah.
In order to make sure, because there's actually a lot of technical aspects of this. The names have to match exactly. There can be no mistakes in the petition. The signature, the date, etc., versus what you're registered or your registration. So they go through it pretty carefully. Secretary of State goes through it, and they'll toss a whole bunch. But he's, I think he's going down. If I had to, if looking at it right now, I think in an Italian this would be translated as "Ciao, baby."
I think that the fact that Chesa Bodine in San Francisco was just tossed, and his policies are so much like George Gascon's, and San Francisco is even more to the left than LA is. I have to agree with you, Handel. I think Chow Baby is right in George Gascon's future.
The guy from Simi Valley who was arrested near the home of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh last week has been formally indicted with one count of attempting to assassinate a justice of the United States, and that could carry a potential life sentence in prison.
All right, so Wayne, I always go to you on sentencing, all right? First-time offense for this guy? I'm assuming.
No, it's life. It's okay. If he's convicted, it's life.
It's over. It's just done.
Because you can't. Here's the thing. I could go through the statutory purposes of sentencing and how each of them would support life in prison. The bottom line, you have to pull back here. You can't not give somebody convicted of attempting to assassinate a Supreme Court justice anything less than life. You can't.
I didn't think so, but I just wanted to know. Sentencing is so weird in the world of the Justice Department and in the world of the courts. Recommendations, guidelines, judges, hanging judges, non-hanging judges. But this one...
The degree to which the judge is thinking about public reaction, because they'll all say, I don't care about public, but I've seen firsthand judges come out, see who's in the courtroom, particularly if there's a lot of media, go back to chambers and come up with a different plan for the sentencing.
Really? Wow.
And not just once as a totally aberrational, crazy thing. So it does happen. The thing about this case, though, that's interesting to me is they may have a very hard time convicting him of attempted murder because he didn't really get far enough along the continuum of what you need to do to murder somebody. We normally think of attempted murder as I fired at you and I missed. Or I put the poison in your coffee, but you didn't drink it, or you spilled it, or I spilled it. And here, he never even got to Kavanaugh's, and I'm not sticking up for the guy. Somebody's going to go, oh, you don't think he's that bad. I think he's horrible. But legally, this is where the mystery is going to be. How far will this case be allowed to proceed with that charge?
All right, the Nipsey Hussle trial has begun in L.A. Opening statements were yesterday, and man, they started hard. Prosecutors say the man who killed Nipsey Hussle in South L.A. shot the rapper from the bottom of his feet to the top of his head. This is Deputy DA John McKinney. He showed jurors this video that says it clearly shows Eric Holder shoot Nipsey at least 10 times with 2 guns, then kick the rapper in the head.
He turns the corner to head back down that alley, and he gets picked up by another camera, where this time you can clearly see the black semi-automatic handgun in his left hand as he runs by.
Now, the defense says the shooting was not premeditated. The first-degree murder charge is excessive, it says, but as we all know, we've talked about this before, Holder shot the rapper in the heat of passion, according to the defense team, minutes after Nipsey Hussle called him a snitch, which in the gang world is like certain death.
Right. We talked about this yesterday, that that moment of passion is going to have to extend. The jury's going to have to buy that moment of passion extended all the way from that first altercation to the time when Holder not only shot Nipsey Hussle, but then came back and shot him again.
Yeah.
At that point, at some point, the passion issue disappears. Because therefore, the crime of passion can happen for months afterwards, it can be argued.
But won't they find... Go ahead, Wayne.
I already see the argument from the defense. It was passion, because he said in front of people, oh, word on the street is you're a snitch. So he gets a gun, he's so, oh my God, you basically put a target on my back. He comes back, he shoots him. Passion. He leaves, apparently. He comes back. It's not really passion anymore. But here would be the argument. He was dead already. He was already dead. The crime of passion, murder, had already been completed, and now those other non-moment of passion shots didn't kill him.
Yeah, you cannot kill a dead person, can you?
See, and I was going to go with won't they find, because as you say, Dr. Barking Seal, who will get up there and say that a crime of passion, somebody can be in the red or in the black where they just don't see anything. The passion is so colored that it takes them, an hour to get out of it or
There's
something
no
like
question
that.
about that. But to Wayne's point, that wouldn't even matter.
No, exactly.
That disappears the second that Nipsey Hussle had died during the first shooting. That's a very good point.
Way to go, Wayne.
Yeah, excellently done. And I'm sure there are criminal attorneys out there going, come on, handle Wayne. You guys are so stupid, please.
No, I guarantee you, no defense attorney thinks I'm stupid for what I said.
Oh, well, every defensive attorney thinks I'm stupid for what I said, no matter. And by the way, I don't even know what I'm saying. And I'm saying this prophylactically, okay? Just beforehand. All right, let's move on.
Hey, Kevin Spacey made a court appearance in London. You know, he's charged with sexual assault over there, and there he was, and lots of press outside, but no press inside because private proceeding. So we don't know what happened in the courtroom, but we know he was in there. This is going to go on for a while. This was his first appearance, probably similar to what we have as arraignment here, and there's a lot more to go. Wouldn't that be crazy if he ends up copying some kind of a plea?
Oh, my gosh.
And there's a real connection because he was also artistic director of the Old Vic Theater. It's not just... there's a true connection between Spacey and the London theater crowd. So there's a lot more than just generic interest movie star getting tagged here kind of thing.
All right, there were these two little girls, both under the age of 12, who were leaving a restaurant outside Tampa.